loud out the way. I'm going to focus on little baby Gogglebud. She's so delicate, right? The other puppies, like, will take a bigger handful than what I'm offering, right? She still takes 1 or 2 pieces. It's really sweet. Zero's up there with, I want to say, Pickles. Pickles is like the puppy's hero. They love her because she's just bonkers and she plays with them. Oh no, it's Pumpkin. But they do love Lanny's still rolling with that toy. Did you get the toy, Lulu? Lulu, get your toy. Not that one. I want the big one. You just rolled about. Come on, go get a toy. Wow, what you got? Wow, get it, Brum. Oh, you got this toy. That's another new one. Wow. So they're on a Kong Knots toy. And then this is Lanny's birthday present. Wow, Brum, what you got? As you can see, it's slightly dead. But it's not dead enough that it's not still playable and fun. And that's the measure. Oh, I gotta get that toy. I gotta get that toy. Do you know, the fact that they do destroy toys, it doesn't really matter. Like, they have toys that they're allowed to destroy. They have toys they're not. Like the more expensive tug toys. Or the more expensive, like, puzzle feeders, puzzle toys. They have them when they're using them and the snuffle mats and stuff, and then they go away. But toys like this, crack on, guys, have fun with it, you know? And they do have fun with each other with it. Like, there's so many posts about indestructible toys. Do you know how strong a dog's jaw is? And if your dog is having access to a toy you don't want them to destroy, that's a you problem. It's not the toy's problem. It's not the dog's problem. I didn't expect to go on this rant today. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. And if your dog has this really strong desire to chew, get them some natural chews. Don't get them things that are so hard that, you know, there's vet reports of them cracking and damaging teeth. That's too hard. But anything less than that, crack on, you know, get them there. And, you know, the beef head skin, the beef bark, the camel rolls and skin and whatnot, they all last a decent amount of time. Cow hooves, they do too. Like, there's so much you can get that can give your dog that natural desire to chew. And then if they've got a natural desire to run and chase, get them a ball, a frisbee. There are other toys that you can launch. You know, that's the other thing that they don't have full access to all the time is tennis balls and the sport pet balls. Because I dare say, if they had full access to a sport pet ball, it would eventually get a tooth in it. They would work on it that much for that long that they would eventually break one. But basically, out of all the ones of those I've had, I've only ever had one of those sport pet ball break, and that was because it was left in the sun. Well, basically we lost it in the field, so it'd been out in the sun in the summer for a fair whack of time, and it had weathered basically, so it wasn't as strong anymore. And any others we no longer have is because we've lost, not because they've broken. So I would recommend them. But like I said, if my dogs had access to those toys all of the time, they would break them. Obviously tennis balls are easier to break because tennis balls aren't really designed for dogs. They're designed for humans to play tennis with. Obviously dogs like them and they are a good toy, used appropriately, I will always add. But they're not a chew toy. They're a play a game of fetch toy. And that is always the difference, isn't it? And like the tug toys, he'd happily chew on one of them if I let him. And the natural desire they have when it comes to plucking and de-stuffing a toy, that is imitating what they would do with a wild bird or a particularly fluffy, furry prey animal, that they were taking some of the coat off it in order to reach the skin. You know, they de-feather birds if they caught them. So that's what that part of what they're doing is imitating. It's not like them being naughty. It's them actually exercising some very natural instincts. Your dog may get those natural instincts out ripping cardboard up. You know, shredding cardboard or paper. Obviously that makes more mess, I think, than a toy, personally. But Finnick has great delight when he runs outside, very excited, and he grabs a cardboard box and runs out with it. You know, it's just what happens sometimes. I know, a bag has flown over into the field from the tips. You've all got to run and investigate. So, yeah, like, and I think every dog will have a toy they like. At the very least, if you've got a not particularly playful dog, those dogs tend to be quite foodie. And if they're quite foodie, guess what? They will like a puzzle toy, a puzzle feeder, an activity feeder. I think, no, it is plastic. Right, let's get this. Ugh, it's a bit wet and I don't know why. And I'd rather not know why. It can be stuffed in a bottle holder goes, and I shall put it in the bin. You know, there's toys for every breed, or every dog, or every play style. And sometimes toys are boring. Like when your dog hasn't got another dog or another person to play with. So Jazz is barking. There's a new horse arrived on the yard today. Another livery, and he's grey, and she's only now spotted him. So because he's different, she's barking. She's like, you guys seeing this? Do you guys understand? No, Jazz, we don't. See that little reaction though? She's like, she barked a bit, and when nobody bothered her and joined in, she was like, oh, never mind then. It's like, where's Zeno gone? He's with Pickles. I think he thinks he's a ladies' man now. His new owners told me that he can sometimes be a little bit guarding of when he has like a really, what he considers high value, like chew, like a chicken foot or something. And I said, like, one of the most powerful things to do is actually hand feed him, even though he's not resource guarding the chicken foot. Go get a birdie, guys! They won't actually catch it, by the way, but they really enjoy the chase. But yeah, they like just hand feeding it. So you're like in control of the dog and you're giving the dog food. You're not taking food away. And then I said the other thing you can do is swapsies. So have 2 chicken feet and swap. So he's not bothered that you're taking away the chicken foot because you're actually giving him one to take the other one away. So he's never at a loss. And do you know what as well? In a few months' time, he's going to crunch a chicken foot down in 10 seconds flat. So that's not a bother. And if he doesn't like to be disturbed when he's got a natural chew, just leave him in a crate. Let him enjoy it. Let him know he's not going to be bothered. And let him have some quiet me time on a chew. It's like when you want to sit with a nice glass of wine in the bath, maybe reading a book, maybe listening to an audiobook, listening to a podcast, but relaxing, just having chill time. Think of their time on a chew, especially as an only dog that he is when he's in his home. Think of it as that sort of time for him. Now, he's had a duck neck today, and everybody had one, and everybody went to their own bed. I say their own bed, like a different bed as the puppies, and had it, and it was no problem. And he wasn't a problem. He didn't cause one bit of bother, so that was really positive in that way. But it just worked out like that they all finished at a pretty similar time. I kept watch on the big dogs because they're not immune to taking a sneaky swipe at a puppy's treat because the puppies finish slower than them. That's definitely not against their moral. Hey, bud. Yeah, you might got to be careful about jumping on your daddy's back. And he doesn't mind at this age, but he might mind when you're older. And other doggies might always mind. Sure. Yeah. I'm just chilling you, bud. You roll around and play with puppies a lot. So, anyway, I've ranted today. I haven't had a me rant in a long time. I don't even know where it came from. I won't even think. I don't know, I just saw the toys and I went poof. Anyway, I shall see you all soon. Bye.